What's good, YouFam, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my YouBook. If this is your first time, make sure you guys comment down below. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified every single time I drop a video. And yes, oh, I gotta straighten this camera up just a little bit. So welcome back to my YouBook. I'm sitting outside right now, just on my porch, kind of just, you know, getting my sun in. If you guys were keeping up, I hope so. I was telling you guys that I ended up moving from Kalamazoo, Michigan. I ended up losing my apartment and everything, and I ended up staying with my dad. I stayed with him for a little bit, and I ended up getting a job at McDonald's. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely soundproof my background because it's a rooster that's like lives like right there, and he's pretty goddamn loud. So honestly, being around people, you know what I'm saying, doing the customer service, being around people doing customer service and everything, like I really liked that. And I just really, it was a job that I can kind of show my personality a little bit. So yeah, McDonald's was a shit. But I felt like McDonald's is not like a place that I want to make a career out of. So it didn't really last long. But I ended up meeting one of my best friends there. Shout out to Vanessa. Things started not to work out a little bit when it came to staying with my dad. So I kind of left. And once again, my stupid ways, I became homeless. And my homegirl Vanessa, she had a car, so we were kind of like thugging it out in the car, you know what I'm saying? We got money sometimes and we would stay in hotel rooms, but other than that, we were thugging that shit out. Some kind of way, shape, or form, I kind of liked it that better because, I don't know, it was just, we made it fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really made it the best, you know? We went through a lot up there though, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, her car started messing up and we literally did not know anything about cars. So we putting water up in there. Yeah, I know, water. We're trying to make this shit work to where it wasn't overheating, you know what I'm saying? So, which I think messed the car up a lot more. This is why we need men around. Like I said, I ended up working at McDonald's for like maybe 2 years, like maybe a year and a half or whatever, and easy money. But as I was starting to work there, like my days started to shorten and I wasn't working every day. And when I was working, I was doing like 6-7 hour shifts. Like I didn't come all the way here just to do that. And half of the time I would walk to work because, you know, Vanessa had the car and she worked there too, but we didn't have the same schedules, you know what I'm saying? Walking to work was like, I believe it took like maybe an hour and a half to get to work, and really kept me, that kind of really kept me in shape though, you know what I'm saying? So I really didn't mind walking. It kept me, you know what I'm saying, young in a sense. You get what I'm saying? People's always like, girl, how old are you? And they always will think I'm like 10 years younger than what I actually am. And I'm like, thank you, boo. It was like coyotes out and stuff like that at night. So I was like, yeah, I'm not walking late at night. If y'all gonna give me some hours, make sure y'all give me some hours in the daytime. So they agreed or whatever, but still, like, I wasn't getting the hours that I felt like I should be getting. So things wasn't working out at McDonald's or whatever. So I ended up getting this really good opportunity. And I ended up getting a job at a hair salon. I was the shit at braiding. Like, I was one of the fastest braiders. You feel what I'm saying? So, and he looked at all of my, you know what I'm saying, all like my pictures and stuff like that I had. And he was like, oh yeah, girl. He was like, you gotta come work with us. So at that time, he was like in the middle of putting like the sinks up and putting the chairs where they needed to be and things like that. So I kind of helped him and he paid me for that time. I was one of the first people that started to work there, and gradually other people started to work there too. And yeah, that really paid really good money. Even though I didn't have my own clientele, he had females already that wanted, you feel what I'm saying, their hair braided, and they wanted to kind of see how the shop was. So I ended up getting those first clients, you know. So I was all happy. I felt like a little boss, you feel what I'm saying. I had my own little room or whatever where I had my clients come in. It really felt like the job, the dream job. it started to become weird because, of course, the boss, he wanted something a little more than just a friendship. And I kind of wasn't really into that. First he was older, and don't get me wrong, I love older guys, but he was older. I want to say like around this time I was like maybe 19, 20 years old. And he was like more so in his 40s. So I really wasn't like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he felt some type of way. So he started to kind of like sabotage little shit, you know. Sorry, y'all, that was a really loud ass car. I had to, you know. He just started to give the girl that didn't do any hair, he started to give her clients, which obviously didn't make any sense to me. So I'm sitting here like thinking to myself, like, is he really trying to like play me right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only braider right now, so what is you doing, you know? And I felt like he was just mad at the fact that I kind of turned him down. So he started to give other girls the clients, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. At that time, I kind of started accumulating my own clients because I used to do my own hair. And then, like, people used to be like, oh, yeah, who did your hair? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, me, you know, I work at the shop, da-da-da-da. Like, I used to just do that. And then, like, when it came to, like, passing out flyers, like, I was the one passing out flyers at stores and stuff. So people started to notice me, I guess, because I was kind of the one, you know, passing out the flyers. I was on commission. So every time that I did a hair, I had to give him, I think it was like 10%, which really I didn't care about because honestly I had the majority of the money and I was doing like maybe 4 or 5 heads a day. That was really, really fast when it came to braiding. Like, all of my sisters are really, really good at braids. So things like once again started to get like a little bit more weirder. Now he's talking to me reckless, answering me kind of weird and shit like that. So at that time I was just really, really upset, and I just ended up like just saying like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just not gonna do this anymore. So I ended up throwing the apron away, and I'm sitting here like, you know, I don't have to work here. Everybody's trying to talk to me, you know, you're a really good braider, like I think you should stay, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whatever. I'm like, okay, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe I can do this again. So I tried to do it again. He ended up hiring another braider. Now this braider, she was the business, like she was the shit. Braids, weaves, everything. Like, she was so much better than me when it came to that. Honestly, with my braids, I don't think that she was better than me, but because she has so much other things that I knew how to do, but I wasn't licensed to do. You feel what I'm saying? So she could do all that, you know? And that's what his whole excuse was, basically. And he was like, well, I'm giving the clients to her now because she's licensed to do it. Little did he know, you don't need a license to braid. So I, off the bat, already felt like he was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. My clients are still coming in, like whatever, you know? The clients that I had was always giving me a little bit of extra, you feel what I'm saying? Because they kind of knew what my situation was. Eventually, the guy, you know what I'm saying, he ended up going to jail. On some dumb shit, but he ended up going to jail. And then it was just me, the main braider / weaver, whatever the case may be. It was the nail tech, and it was my boyfriend at the time, which he was the barber there. Things started to get a little bit tight, you feel what I'm saying? The nail tech, she ended up quitting because her clientele wasn't really popping like she thought. And it was just like the 3 of us or whatever. And I guess the guy, you know what I'm saying, the owner of the spot, ended up putting the girl that was doing dreads and everything, they ended up putting her in charge of everything, right? Right away, this girl started to feel like she was the owner of this place, and she was like just trying to come at me in a different way, you feel what I'm saying? And this was a linebacker, y'all. She was a big one. She was not necessarily big in weight, but she was just big, like she was tall and real built, you feel what I'm saying? She was a linebacker, literally. I guess she thought that because she was bigger than me, that I was some sort of scared of her. You got another thing coming, sweetheart, and you still got another thing coming. So we ended up getting into an argument. I don't really remember what the argument was about. Let me think. yeah, I don't know. So we ended up getting into an argument, and she's getting all in my face, I'm getting all in her face, and she's talking about how she would mop me across the floor. I'm daring her to try it, you feel what I'm saying, because I haven't fought in a long time at that time. So I had a lot of anger that was built up. A lot of shit was going on in my life, so I was in that whole beast mode, you know what I'm saying, and I was feeling myself. Like, if you want to fight me over some bullshit, then come on. So the dude that I was with at the time, he was like, yeah, I'm not about to do this. Like, we didn't fight, of course. So she's like, you know, I'm just gonna leave the situation alone. And by the way, you fired, like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whatever, you know. Me and my dude at the time ended up moving with each other. He's still working at the shop, but we had like this little garage set up or whatever, and instead of my clients coming to the shop, my clients was just coming to the garage, and I would just do their hair there, which was kind of better because I kept all of my money, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to kind of come out of my pocket and pay anybody, you know? People started to get a whiff of it, and you know, the haters started to talk or whatever, but there wasn't really much that they could do because at the same time, those are my clients, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my dedicated clients came to me, and they just definitely showed they love, and I definitely, you know, was still getting paid. After a while or whatever, the shop ended up closing. She ended up not wanting to run the shop anymore, and she ended up just closing the shop down while the dude was still in jail or whatever. But it was not pretty much we can do, because after he left and went to jail, even though we were getting our own clients, like, we wasn't getting the mad, you know what I'm saying, kind of traffic that we was getting when he was here, you know what I'm saying? So things started to slow down a little bit. They ended up shutting the shop down. We ended up moving, and yeah, like, it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? You really be wanting to do good in life, you feel what I'm saying, but it's always some sort of roadblock, you know what I'm saying? It's always some sort of roadblock. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna be back with another story for you guys. My next video is going to kind of be a little more update-ish, so make sure you guys comment down below. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn those post notifications so you guys are notified every single time I drop a video. And I am out. Peace.